What's up, y'all? What to do? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl Tina Bopper. What's up? What's happening? We're gonna get into the things, y'all. I am doing a Wednesday. I be saying we, cause like y'all here working with me. Y'all don't be doing absolutely nothing. We is now I am now on episode 3 of Wednesday. I was talking to Neil today and she was just like, how you gonna watch Wednesday 2 one by one, night by night? I'm not gonna binge watch it because I got 6 years to binge watch it. When it first come out, I'm gonna watch it episode by episode. Episode 3 started off, y'all remember on episode 2 when it ended with somebody putting a bag over Wednesday's head in the Nightshades library. Bianca was on a microphone with her voice disguised saying something, and Wednesday was like, Bianca, I know it's you. You can take the mask off. Comes to find out it's Bianca and a lot of their friends from school. Nightshade is still put together. Xavier was telling Wednesday that they the new Nightshade, but the Nightshades got disbanded 30 years ago when a little normie boy got killed. Then it is time for Outreach Day. Outreach Day is when they go into Jericho. Jericho is the town that Nevermore is in. Weems is telling the class that they about to, go to Outreach Day. After she make the announcement and they pass out passes, she tells Wednesday, and I got your cello. It's going to be delivered for you to perform at Outreach Day, which Wednesday didn't know nothing about. Well, Miss Weems told her she volunteered her. They get on the bus and they go to Jericho. When they get off the bus, Xavier is looking at a brick wall and then it's been painted over white. And she asks him why he's standing at a blank wall. Wednesday pulled a book, which is one of the Nightshade's books, out of her book bag to show Xavier. She's showing him the picture of her when Rowan was telling her she was going to destroy the school. She showed him the picture. She was like, you looking like you done seen this before. He said he had. Rowan and Xavier had a fight in their room. That's what they was fighting about. Xavier said Rowan had stole a book from the Nightshade's library and had it in his room, and he confronted him about it. Rowan was, saying Wednesday was going to destroy the school or whatever about the book. Xavier was like, I just don't understand why you there with Joseph Crackstone though back in 1800. And she was like, who is Joseph Crackstone? He was like, that's who founded Jericho. And he was like, look up there, and it was a flag. He was like, that's Joseph Crackstone right there. Wednesday go back to the group. She asked Enid, do she want to switch assignments? Enid like, no. She told her Ajax gonna be at Uriah's Heat. Then she traded with Wednesday. Now we get to see Mayor Walker. He talking to the sheriff, and then we meet Mistress Arlene, and she is doing the tour. It's the same 3 boys, Bully and Eugene. Wednesday get into it with them and kick their ass again. So she ended up kicking their ass again. Miss Weems, the mayor, and Miss Thornhill is at the cafe. This the second clue. This what made me think it was Miss Thornhill. Because when the mayor saw her, he was like, don't I recognize you from somewhere? I just felt like when he said that for the very first time, when I first heard him say that, I just felt like he saw her when she was a little girl, and she is that little boy. She is the little girl. She is them folks when he was the sheriff of the town. She is them folks' little girl. And that's how I felt. Okay, so Wednesday, I told you she go on an assignment to Pilgrim World. Pilgrim World is owned by Lucas' daddy, which is the mayor. So Mayor Walker, that's Lucas' daddy, and he owned Pilgrim World. That's why they had gotten into it in the first place at the weather vane, because they had on them pilgrim clothes. Okay, cool. So that's what they had on their field trip. They at Pilgrim World. She goes and break into Joseph Crackstone little place because it's supposed to be closed down for renovation. She breaks in it after she beat up the boys and get Eugene to go with her to look at. She breaks in because she wanted to see the book, but she see a picture on the wall, and the picture on the wall got the girl that she been dreaming about, which is Goody Addams. She goes to get the book. She opened the book of fake. Then Mistress Arlene comes in with Eugene and asks her what she doing here, because she told her not to come here. Just came in here. And she was like, what a book? And then the lady told her original book got stolen last month during the witch trial. So they broke in and stole the original book. So then they put a fake book in the display. Ajax and Enid is at the thing working together. She tell him, I've been trying to get you to ask me out. I've been sitting here combing dead animals trying to get you to ask me out, and you ain't ask me out yet. He was like, oh, you want to go out? She like, yeah. Long story short, he ended up standing her up. He stand up because he stoned himself. I told y'all he got them snakes in his hair. What he do is stone. Girl, I don't know how that works. We used to go to Weathervane, which is the coffee shop, to ask Tyler what is the old meeting house from, what's that man name? From Crackstone. And he point to it in the woods. He asked her, do she want him to go with her? And she was like, no, because she got to be back. She got to leave now and go and be back. Because if not, Miss Williams going to get her. And he don't get off till 2 o'clock. We got the bum in the Uriah's heap, and he steal a camera, then walks out. Wednesday go to the meeting house, and once she at the meeting house, the bum at the meeting house when she get there. So it's not a meeting house no more. It's just like an old abandoned, you know, it done fell apart. She asks, who she asked? Oh, she talking to Thing. Thing choked the bum about the place. She end up having a vision on her way out. Vision was Crackstone burning down the meeting house with all the outcasts in it. Joseph Crackstone hated outcasts. He wanted to kill them all. So he came to that town to kill all the outcasts and take over their town. What in the Christopher Columbus and Indians is going on here? So anyway, he put them in the house. Him and Goody Addams is into it. He got Goody mama in that tie. They chained to the floor so they can't move. Him and Goody get into it. She tell him he an abomination. He throw her in the little meeting house and then
set it ablaze.
And then he tell the people to set it ablaze. It's like a witch hunt, basically. He said Goody is a witch. Burn her. And the rest of the outcasts, they all witches. Burn them. So they set the building on fire, but Goody had went out the bed. So after she wake up, she hear a noise outside the gate after she trying to leave, and she think it's the bomb that's coming back. She tell Thing, she like, maybe this the bomb coming back. No, it ain't the bomb coming back, baby. That's the monster. She see the monster. It had started raining when she woke up. When she passed out to have that vision, it wasn't raining. When she woke up, the raindrop woke her up. So it's raining. It ended up being the monster. She goes to run behind the monster, see that the monster footprints turned from monster footprints to human footprints, and that's when she knew it was a human. 2 seconds later, Xavier pop up, and he like, what you doing out here? And she was like, well, no, what you doing out here? He was like, I overheard you at the weather vane when you asked Tyler about meeting house. And she was just telling him that she wanted to know about the meeting house because she's trying to find out about Joseph Crackstone, and she wanted to know what he got to do with this monster and what's going on. Xavier had told her that she might be right about Rowan. He had text Rowan and said we should go skiing like we did last year, and then Rowan said not this year, I'm gonna be busy or something. But they never went skiing. It was a fake text, and that's how he know that ain't Rowan that he actually texting. That's, you know, something is wrong with Rowan. Rowan ain't there. Now it's time for Wednesday to perform at Outreach Day. Child, the Outreach Day unveiling the statue of Joseph Crackstone. Baby, she done got Thing to fill the thing with gasoline, baby. That thing set it ablaze, baby. Part 2, because she set it ablaze. Baby, it was on fire, it was melting. Everybody was running. Baby, everybody was running. And Wednesday was still sitting there playing her cello. Miss Williams looking at Wednesday because she knows she had something to do with it. Because why is you sitting here and everything on fire and this place about to burn down, burn to hell, and you sitting here playing this cello? Miss Williams get her back to school and cuss her behind out. You know how you get the grown folks cussing out, but they ain't even using no cuss words? Yeah, she got cussed out. Because you getting on my nerve. Devilment always follow you. Wednesday said it ain't her fault. She said she ain't had no hand in it. And then gonna show Thing tipping over the gas can at the statue. That's still your hand. Baby, you got 3 hands at this point. And Thing is your 3rd one. We all know this. And the bum end up getting attacked by the monster. That night, the monster come back to the meeting house, tag his ass up, and then y'all know he stole that camera, and he got caught on camera. The monster, the camera just flashing while the monster tearing him apart. So Enid's getting dressed to go on her date with Ajax. And long story short, Ajax don't show up. But Ajax don't show up because he ended up stoning. I told y'all that, didn't he? He ended up stoning himself in the mirror while he taking a shower. That was the girl. So Enid getting stood up. What's her name? Drinking wine by the fireplace. Miss Wing. She tearing out Morticia front picture out the yearbook and throwing it in the fire. Baby, you still ain't got over that little ugly man yet. Scratch on Xavier's neck look like claws. The sheriff find the bomb body because he been. And then they developed the film from the camera and they finally got a pic of the monster. So yeah, that was the end of episode 3. We're finna roll on into episode 4. Okay. Episode 4 opened up in the coroner's office. Wednesday breaking in, Thing putting black bubble gum over the camera so nobody can't see they breaking in. They looking for evidence. So she trying to get the files of all the victims from the monsters to see what's missing, what the monster doing, and trying to figure out what's the plan. The sheriff and the coroner end up coming back to the place because he said something about something. The man feet or something strange about the man. The sheriff told the coroner, don't say nothing to the newspaper or nobody about it. You just keep that under wraps until they figure out something. And then Wednesday end up back at her room. She done made in Enid words a Ted Bundy Pinterest board showing Enid that, you know, she done got all the files from the coroner office of the victims and he taking their livers and their kidneys. She showing Enid done fell her ass out. Enid done fell out on the floor, baby. Wednesday tell Thing to fetch the smelling salts again. Baby, we can't room together. We can be friends, but baby, we can't room together. You can't have me just keep passing out, okay? The next day in class, Wednesday sit next to Xavier. He bend over. That's when she get to see the neck. On the last episode, we saw the neck scratch when he came up out of his shed, but then she seen seen the neck scratch when he was bending over getting something out his thing. He said he sore from fencing class. She like, nah, you didn't get that injury from fencing class, baby. That's a scratch mark. So after she say, you know, he didn't get that from fencing class, she go in his shed to search for anything, evidence to see what's been going on. In the shed, he got a bunch of pictures of the monster. He catches her coming out, and then he be like, what you doing back here? She be like, oh, I'm looking for you to ask you what was the homework from class. He be like, she didn't give us no homework. He be like, what you really wanted? And then she said, oh, I wanted to ask you to go out to the dance. And then he be like, okay, well, they asked me. It took her 10 minutes to ask him, but that really wasn't, she was there looking for evidence. But he gonna find out. He gonna find out. So now Enid excited. She like, oh, you going to the dance, and you going to the dance with Xavier. We gotta go shopping. So they end up going to like the little girly little prom dress shop. Wednesday ain't going in there. So she tell Enid to go ahead. She going to the sheriff. You remember I said she went in his shed and took a picture that he took of the monster. She taking that to the sheriff office. So she sent Enid to go get her dress. On the way, she seen a dress in the window that she liked it, but then she kept on going. She seen her therapist too, but she didn't talk. So yeah, she take that picture to Sheriff Galpin. Enid is sitting out to eat with her friends, and then Lucas Walker come walking in and asks to sit to Enid and whatever. So he sit down and ask Enid because he want to go to the dance with Enid to make his ex jealous, and Enid want to go to the dance with somebody to make Ajax jealous. So that's what they end up doing. She told Lucas that Wednesday was her roommate. He be like, Wednesday your roommate? Yes. And she done beat your ass twice. Don't play with her. So then when Wednesday leaving the sheriff office, she see Tyler going, and she was like, your dad is in reform day. Tread careful. He was like, don't I know it? He said something about the dance. She was like, yeah. He was like, so is you going? And she was like, yeah. He was like, you already going with somebody? And she was like, yeah. He was like, who? She said Xavier. He was like, oh, cause you be giving me mixed signals because I thought you liked me. And she like, I don't like nobody. I be busy. Her and Eugene is at the Beehive. Eugene ends up telling Wednesday he see the pictures that she got. He like, I think I know where that little hole at that's drawn right there. She was like, you do? He said, yeah. Cause Enid told her to get that Pinterest board out of there. So she put it in the Beehive. So he went and showed her where the little hole at in the woods. That's when they find the chain, the handcuffs, like a little cave for the monster. They call it the monster cave. That's when they find a little monster cave. She found a tooth in that cave, and they see the handcuffs. So she planned on taking the tooth to the sheriff. She goes back to Xavier's shed because she want to get something with his DNA on it to give to the sheriff. So he gonna give her the tooth and then give her something with his DNA on it. So after she done got it and put it in her backpack, he come in there and catch her ass up in his thing. Ask her what she doing here. She tell him she think he the monster. He tell her, that's why you came out here the first time. You wasn't looking to ask me out. You didn't want to ask me out in the first place to no dance. He told her get out. She got out. She took the evidence to share. Bianca, I heard you still available for the dance, so she asked Xavier out to dance. Xavier and Bianca used to go together, but then they stopped because neither one of them trust each other, but Xavier broke up with Bianca. Wednesday ended up taking the, what that thing called? The evidence to the sheriff, and then the sheriff on the phone talking about the lights on at the Gates place. Wednesday tell Eugene that they gonna go to the cave tonight. They gonna go stake out the cave to see if the monster come back to the cave or whatever, instead of going to the dance. Now the thing over here on his own, he typing, take a letter and put it in a tip jar at the weather vane. This man done invited Tyler to the dance, acting like Wednesday don't know nothing about it. She finna go to the cave with Eugene. Tyler knock on her door. She looking like she going hunting, and then she end up going to go change. Thing stole her dress from that window that it was sitting in. He stole the dress. She told me, how did you afford it? He talking about 5 figures next time. Thing, please. Thing, you going to jail. I don't know how they gonna keep you there, but so now it's time for the dance. My favorite part of the movie is Wednesday dancing at the dance. That's my favorite. That's my favorite part. It's her dancing at the dance. That's my favorite part. It made me happy. That's my first favorite part. You got a second favorite part. Second favorite part, we'll talk about that later. So boom, they at the dance. Miss Weems is talking to Miss Thornhill, and Miss Thornhill asks her, she was like, don't you remember the dance? Weems like, yeah, but the boy I asked to come turned me down for another girl, Morticia from. And she was like, Wednesday, mama? Yes. Okay. So Tyler knock at Wednesday though. She think it's Eugene. She was like, Eugene, I'm coming. She was like, got some batteries for the way? Nope, it's Tyler. He like, you okay? She slammed the door. She ended up going to get dressed, come back down, boom, banging. She see Eugene. She said, Eugene, don't go in the woods. Wait on her. They gonna go to the woods tomorrow because clearly she got a date. Enid spills her drink on Lucas because, you know, they went to the dance together. That's when Ajax see her. Xavier and Bianca arguing. Xavier talking to Wednesday. He told her that Tyler ruined his mural. at the outreach, Tyler and his friends. So you remember that blank wall he was staying at? Xavier had done painted a mural at the last outreach day on that wall with Tyler and his friends as a prank painted over and messed up his work. So that's why Xavier don't like Tyler. Wednesday asked him why he did that. Why he did. He was like, I really don't know. We was just cheering. We just be doing. She was like, I do stuff, but I don't feel bad at all. While Wednesday dancing, having a good time with Tyler, Xavier telling Bianca to use her power to make him forget about Wednesday. She cussed him out. She said, you broke on me because you thought I was using my power to manipulate you, and now you ask me to use your power for another girl. And you know what? Watching TV be making me realize, oh yeah, it don't take putting your hands on nobody. Because right then, I was thinking like, cluck him. But you don't have to cluck him. Just walk away. And you know what? That's a lesson to be learned. Wednesday ended up sitting outside, her and Bianca talking. Wednesday asked her like, where your day? So then the boys, which is with Lucas, the boys pull up to ruin the thing because remember, Wednesday ruined his daddy outreach day with a statue, so he want to ruin Nevermore's dance. So his friends done pulled up and they finna hook the machine up to make it look like blood raining on their dance. So they ruin the party, but they use red paint. Wednesday get a vision of Eugene running through the woods from the monster. So she say Eugene need help and she runs out to the woods to go find Eugene. Enid finds out that it's Lucas and his friends who set it up to ruin the prom. She like, what are y'all doing? Ajax come to her defense and said leave her alone. And she was like, this is all your fault because it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even came with him, which is true. I definitely do that. Because you wasn't acting right and I had to don't piss me off because all this I wouldn't even have to deal with him if you just did right. I would never even knew him. Episode 4 is Eugene getting attacked by the monster. Wednesday run through the thing and then the end of the thing is Thornhill standing behind her. It's on here screaming. That's the end of episode 4, y'all. We getting there. Stay tuned. We finna do 5 and 6 tomorrow. And yeah, y'all. I'll see y'all next. Bye, y'all.